Hello, everyone. Um, Welcome to our organization and administration of guidance and program development. Welcome to our new normal way of studying. And thank you for enrolling in our summer class. So we will be experiencing pure online class this summer. And this is also my first lesson in your orga. By the way, if you have any concern, don't hesitate to connect with me. Um, I'm just a call away. Okay. So my first lesson is history and development of guidance in the Philippines. Before there are the scientific techniques in guidance. Um, it is predicting of future outcomes or events in terms of lucky numbers. So this is their shadow technique before. They seek guidance through lucky numbers, through fortune telling. So first example is astrology, associating one's fate with the course of the stars and other heavenly bodies. So if you are familiar with horoscope, before, I don't know if it is still in the fad these times, but before, we seek guidance through horoscope. We learn about our um, what is our horoscope and how they can guide us in our daily lives. Second shadow technique is graphology. Graphology is analyzing one's character in terms of one's penmanship, intensity of stroke, shapes, and size lengths of the letters. So according to this graphology, you can analyze one's character because of one's penmanship. So our character will depend on the intensity of our stroke, the shapes of our letters, and its sizes, whether it is small or big. So this is an example of on the drawing. This is the example of the sex drive and trust revealed in handwriting. So how do you write why? So are you alone? Do you write why like this loner or independent or slow to trust, socially selective, or exaggerated imagination and sex drive? Next shadow technique is palmistry. It is the belief that the lines on one's hand tell the fate and destiny of an individual. So we have a woman near there's a woman near the UNC gate. She is doing palmistry. Maybe you become one of her clients already. So she's seated there early in the morning um, to wait for his or her to wait for her clients. Okay, so palmistry believes that the lines on one's hand tell the fate and destiny of an individual. So um, we can see in our hands our fate and destiny. Another shadow technique is phrenology. So according to phrenology, individual traits can be determined by the size and shape of the head, the form of the forehead. Yeah, so we can see there if the person is honest, have mathematical ability, musical talent. So we oftentimes heard that if you have a wide forehead, you are an intelligent person. And we can also see in the picture what kind of head does a unreliable person has, and a genuine husband. What kind of head does a genuine husband have? John. Okay. So next is occultism and spiritualism. Okay. So sometimes we do spirit of the glass, kihabod, we consult spiritista. Okay. So those were the shadow technique of guidance. So now we will go to the history of guidance in the Philippines. So who is the father of guidance? So Frank Parsons, if you already encountered Mr. Frank Parsons in your career guidance, he is the father of guidance. He stressed the scientific approach to selecting a career. In selecting a vocation, according to him, one must have a clear understanding of one's aptitudes, abilities, interests, resources, and limitation. Knowledge of the requirements, advantages, and disadvantages of different employment, and an understanding of how these two are related. So that is the theory of Frank Parson. And he is also the father of guidance. So who is the father of guidance in the Philippines? So Sinfroso Padilla is the father of guidance in the Philippines. He is a Filipino psychologist. I cannot find a picture of Sinfroso Padilla. So this is Sinfroso Padilla Jr. That is not his picture. Although I also see slides using the face of Sinfroso Padilla Jr., not Sinfroso Padilla Sr. So Sinfroso Padilla Sr. is the father of guidance in the Philippines. He is a Filipino psychologist. So in the Philippines, guidance is said to have both accidental and incidental origin. So before 1925, guidance as a movement, as it is now practiced and accepted, was unknown in the Philippines. So they don't know about guidance and counseling before 1925. So it was only in 1932 when a psychological clinic was started by Dr. Sinfroso Padilla, and which concerned itself with cases of student discipline as well as emotional, academic, and vocational problems. And in November 1945, the first guidance institute was opened. The Bureau of Public Schools started to send teachers as pensionados for observation and study of guidance services abroad. So that was the time when teachers are sent abroad for to study on guidance services. So in 1945, National College was chosen to be the site of the first guidance institute. So NTC is also our sister school. So it is also an Ayala Education School. And then in 1951, Congress proposed establishment of a functional guidance and counseling program to have students select their course, activities, occupation, friends, and future mate. And then in 1953, the Philippine Association of Guidance Counselor was organized in order to study the needs, interest, and potentiality of our young peoples and to establish a testing bureau. So now, the Philippine Association of Guidance Counselor was now called Philippine Guidance and Counseling Association Incorporation. So the most systematic guidance program in the Philippines was launched by Guidance Section of the United States Veterans Administration, composed of both American and Filipino psychologists like Dr. Sinfroso Padilla, Dr. Jesus Peperan, and Mr. Roman Tuason. So this is the history of guidance and counseling.